like I say, Jimmy Carter was basically, I'll never die, I'll never grow old, the truth will never be known about. Yeah, so that was Jimmy Carter. Um, Basically, once Jimmy Carter got into a position of power, got into the White House, or got into a position of anything, he basically was like, I'll never die, I'll never grow old, the truth will never be known. And basically, that's what he did. Pretty much, he tried to get the American government or the government, to anyway, he tried to live forever. He tried to never die. He tried to never grow old, and he tried to keep the truth from ever being known about me. And psycho, like I say, trying to go for nanotechnology and life extension and the most power and everything. Anyway, that's what I knew him as, basically. Um, and then of course there's JFK and Nixon and everything. So like I said, once they got into a position of power, they were anyway. Like I said, I don't know. They were crazy. I was Lucifer Star, Lucifer White Star Lines, basically. That was my private company, personal company. So, and I'm actually the creator of 800 Galaxies and everything else. But I just started a small little company for me. A couple tugboats, a couple ships. And later on, I was doing aircraft and stuff like that, and just doing stuff. Basically Lucifer Star. So anyway, yeah. I mean, equal opportunity employment and just paid advances and all that other stuff. So basically, yeah, a lot of stuff happened. I owned Belfast basically, and a couple different places, a mine, a ball bearing place, a couple different places. But I could build anywhere, and I had some underground stuff as well, I think. Um, you know, yeah, whatever. Like I said, I had nothing to do with "I'll never die," Mister I'll never die, I'll never grow old. Jimmy Carter, like he was psycho. Once he got into a position of power or whatever, he was like holding on to the money, hold on to the power forever. Anyway, he lasted about 250 million years or something like that, basically. Um, I'm pretty sure he lived for about 250 million years. And I was actually surprised. I thought he would have given up or gotten tired of being alive a lot sooner than that. But he didn't. So, like, usually most people get tired of living after about 1,000 years or 3,000 years, as you've had sex with every woman, you've probably been everywhere and whatever, blah, blah. But, I mean, as far as psychotics, like, he was, I don't know. I said, I don't know. He was psycho. Nixon was pretty psycho, too. JFK became psycho as well. And it's like, they would just chop off whoever and just shove a gun in girl. I don't know. Maybe they liked the fact that they could just grab a girl by the throat and go, like that with them into their mouth, and the girl would go, ah, 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 like that. Like I don't know. Maybe it's a good feeling. You know, um, but pretty much that's basically just shoving their tongue into girls' mouths and like, and then like shoving their tongue into girls' mouths and then like having sex with them. And I said, basically raping the girls. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that was basically pretty much what was going on in the White House and around Washington D.C. And basically that was what pretty much the United States Congress was. Just a bunch of rapists. Like you could probably ask the Irish about what they saw around the White House and the Congress, but pretty much yeah, that's how that one girl got killed or something like that. She was going to tell someone or something like that, or she didn't particularly like having him stick his tongue down her throat or something. I don't really know what happened, but basically Congress and Nixon and JFK and Jimmy Carter, they're just a bunch of rapists, and a bunch of people that just killed whoever got in their way or something like that. I don't really know. I said I don't know. I was building ships and stuff. LS Shipyard, White Star Line, stuff like that. Good honorable people. Good honorable ships and all that. Feeding people and all that. Just a great person. Whatever. Like I say, I don't care. The owner of Ellis Island. Anyway, what Jimmy Carter and Richard Nixon and all of them did, I had nothing to do with. I had nothing to do with Papa's Boys or Papa or whatever the fuck that black person was. Mister, fur and white cane selling drugs. I had nothing to do with the white sweater king or whatever. Like I saw some pictures of JFK wearing a white turtleneck sweater and basically he was trying to lead my white army or something like that. And it's like I had nothing to do with any of that. Like they were just trying to take over. And then, like I say, there's Rodney and Rosalie and the nose, the mouth, the ears, and what are you going to be, Rodney, my dick? Testing out women. So there's that, and well, you're a child. You don't really need drugs. You don't really don't need to have sex with women. So basically, Rodney was, I guess, being my whatever dick testing or something like that. Anyway, so another piece of shit. Basically, it's like, wow. Whatever. It's like not exactly epic existence. Not exactly a true leader. Anyway, so like I say, it's just a bunch of, while I was being child Brian or whatever, or just a little child Lucifer, all these people were running around being epic stupidity, epic patheticness. So, anyway, like I say, a bunch of people were pretending like they control the cops, they control the money, they control the people! And yeah. And so, yeah, meanwhile I was building ships and stuff, with my Irish people and other stuff, and doing stuff. Like I said, I'd like probably Thomas O'Brien and a bunch of Irish people, a bunch of British people, a bunch of Germans, just a company, just a couple hundred people, a couple thousand, a couple million, I don't know. Like I said, and then that was just on Earth. There's also my other planets, and there's also also the exoskeletons, 1.5s, and every other life form type that I created. So anyway, and basically, like, the humans were just like, like a bunch of basic abuse of free will and just, people that got into power going, I will never cry, I will never grow old, the truth will never be known. Like that. So, yeah, and I was just like, it's very odd. It's very, very strange. Anyway, so, yeah, hundreds of millions of years or something, like some amount of time like that, basically, they were like, in time and space, they're like, and, meanwhile, they were doing things like, cast out Lucifer, cast out Lucifer. And like I said, most people on Earth were like, who's Lucifer? Like I had them asked, and they're like, who's Lucifer? People had forgotten who Lucifer was, who I was, I guess. I don't know. Like, people didn't even know. And he was just going around saying, cast out Lucifer, cast out Lucifer. It's like, Lucifer was hundreds of millions of years ago. Like, blah, 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 or billions of years ago. Like, I was like, I doubt they even remember me, honestly. While he was saying, cast out Lucifer, it's like, they probably don't remember my name. Like, and besides, after hundreds of trillions of years, you usually forget your name, your original name anyway. It's like, I'm Lucifer Star, LS. Or a name also named Brian. So it's like, well, like I say, Jimmy Carter, like once he got into a position of power, and I think it was my Olympians and some of my other people that knew of me that we had to, we had to go up against, like, basically Mr. I'll never die, I'll never grow old, the truth will never be known, we control the cops, like that. It's basically, it's like, damn, fool, it's my government, it's my country, I named it. Like, what do you think you're doing? So, anyway, they were just all crazy. So anyway, so yeah, and like I said, like when I gave up Mexico, the Mexicans were like, we'll support you. And like I said, the Irish knew of me and stuff like that, and the Germans knew of me, or something like that. I don't know. A bunch of people still remembered me or whatever, and it's like, and I called for Nixon's head on a platter, and JFK, and Jimmy Carter. Like, I was like, especially after he was doing the eminent domain stuff. It was like, you're crazy, fool. You can't be just, they're just taking away people's houses and people's stuff, saying there's a war coming or there's a war, and there was no real war. There was, they were just doing whatever they wanted and making excuses for it. And realistically, what they were really trying to do was trying to get technology and power or whatever, and trying to stop other people from having technology and power. It's like, boy, are you crazy, fool? The Earth is not the only fucking planet. The human race is not the only race out there in the universe. Like, there are trillions upon billions upon millions of other life forms out there in the universe. So, yeah. Like I said, trying to keep the secret of basically an ancient old epic creator, hundreds of trillions of years old, and trying to keep the secret of LS, Lucifer Star. There's an LS Island, there's a Star Island, there's stars above the Kremlin, there's stars everywhere. It's like, well, who's Star? Who's Lucifer Star? It's like, well, I am. I'm Lucifer Star. My name LS. Me and my Irish people, we built ships together. Later on, I was doing aircraft and stuff like that. Realistically, the Irish probably should have been the ones doing the aircraft and everything else like that. Like I said, I had good Irishmen, very good Irishmen. I had very good Germans too. I loved my people. I forget exactly. I kind of collected groups, like I say. I kind of collected people, because like I was such a good leader and everything else like that. And my people were so happy, all my people, we built buildings and they worked great. We built stuff. We built inventions. Like I said, we did eyeglasses, and people loved the eyeglasses, really loved the eyeglasses, because suddenly they could see. There are people that were being born or whatever that couldn't see after a while, and they would just wander around, and I think even back then we might have paid people to go with the people that were blind or going blind or whatever. And then I came up with the idea, or one of my people came up with the idea of maybe we can just grind a lens to like refocus it, because we also had telescoping lenses and stuff and binoculars and stuff, and I thought about it. I was like, maybe it's just out of focus. Like the film and the cameras and stuff. Maybe if we just get something to focus the eye, because I think I might have known something about the iris or something back then. And like I said, I had great people. Like I say, I take a bow to my great people, like the Irishmen, the Germans. I had magnificent, wonderful people. I had the best people in the whole universe, practically. Best life forms. We were a great group. Like I said, hugs and snuggles to all my people. So anyway. So basically, so Jimmy Carter was doing, I'll never die, I'll never grow old, I'll never let the truth be known. Like that. And just trying to run the cops and trying to call people spies and trying to do all this stuff. And I don't really know. It was just a bunch of craziness. There's just my people, my White Star Line people. So, and I was just doing a little company. So anyway, I don't really know. Like the rest of it's history and some psychotic people and some other stuff, and like my people found themselves in a fight for our life, and I don't know, So basically the American Congress is whacked. The Republicans and Democrats are fucking nuts and crazy and just like completely wrong. Like they're trying to blow up the world the whole time. Nixon wanted to destroy the whole world. So did JFK. And Jimmy Carter never wanted the truth to be known, never. I was like, wow, that's pretty serious, dude. Try a lozenger. I was like, have you ever tried a lozenger? I mean, I'll never die, I'll never grow old. Me, I'm like, what? What's the big deal? What? I'm Lucifer Star. I'm your epic creator. Like, what? What's so bad about that? It's like, what's so psychotic about that? I named America. I did all this stuff. So it's like, what's the big deal? Whatever. Crazy. Anyway, whatever. I was like, whatever. Lucifer Star. That's the name of your creator, me. So, whatever. I did it a long time ago, 100 trillion years ago. Whoop-de-doo. Yay! So what? So anyway, they were, once they got into position power, they're like, it's like, oh, wow. Anyway, like I said, I don't really know. There should be tablets. There should be information. There should be all kinds of stuff. Nixon was like, and Jimmy Carter was like, Yeah, and like I don't really know. It's crazy. Like I say, I'm just the builder of the LSF colony ship, and Lucifer Star Flyer, and a bunch of other stuff. The inventor of steam power. I had a bunch of Irish people, great Irish people at Belfast, and other stuff, Blister Steel probably, and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, whatever. I don't really know. I don't care. Like